Welcome to the Sylvan Lake Memorial Day Parade. This is the 60th year for the Sylvan Lake Memorial Day Parade. The entrance of the city, there's a sign that says it's the prettiest little city in the state of Michigan, and I think everyone here today agrees. We got beautiful weather, we got lots of people out, and we got a great parade ahead of us. Leading off the parade today, we've got the Sylvan Lake Police Car driven by Officer Matthew Varga, accompanied by Paul Cyril. Many people don't know that Sylvan Lake has their own police force. We have a full complement of full-time officers, part-time officers, and reservists. Following the police car, the Coast Guard Auxiliary Honor Guard under the direction of Sylvan Lake resident Wes Contrell, known more affectionately as the Americans Volunteer Lifesavers. They've been doing this for 24 years. We got Wes Contrell, Don and Nancy Primack, Joe Chenevert, and Joan Nusley. 1961, Austin Mini driven by Sylvan Lake resident Paul Lester with honored veteran Paul Corbiere, a U.S. Army, spent 15 years in Korea. Next, a red Ford Mustang owned by Sylvan Lake resident Jerry Airwood, driven by Sylvan Lake. The 2003 Mercedes CLK 430 owned and driven by Sylvan Lake resident Michael Palermo, with honored veterans Mike Schwanitz, Howard Pittman, and Joseph Adler. Oakland County Boat Club was established in 1912. Pulling the Oakland County Boat Club is being driven by Tom McEwen from the U.S. Army. Riding in the boat are Ken Smerecki, U.S. Air Force, K-9 dogs in Vietnam. Ron Cousineau is also a Navy Vietnam veteran riding in the back of the boat. Following them is an antique Mustang convertible owned by Sylvan Lake resident Mark Wood, driven by Mark Wood and accompanied by his wife, Chris Wood. Next, we've got bagpipes being played by Mike Cahan. He's been playing for about 10 years. His mother's from Scotland, which inspired him to take up the bagpipes. Next, we've got a wagon and members of the Sylvan Lake Garden Club. The Sylvan Lake Garden Club is celebrating its 75th anniversary. Walkers are Ann Nichols, Deb Lay, Helen McAllister, Karen Burnett, and Jean McIntyre. Following close behind is the Girl Scout Troop 46055, accompanied by Patricia Ballard of Sylvan Lake. Five Girl Scouts all attend Scotch Elementary School. 3 out of the 4 Girl Scouts are Sylvan Lake residents. Coming back behind is another Sylvan Lake favorite, Ben's Snow Cones, located at Ferndale Beach Park. Come on down and get a tasty treat when you're out there swimming at the beach. Ben's Snow Cones. Next in line, we've got Uncle Sam and the Statue of Liberty. Neil Freeman is walking as Uncle Sam, and Elena Petrucci walking as the Statue of Liberty. Next are all the bikes decorated by the Boys and Girls of Sylvan Lake. Bike decorations were directed and assisted by Michelle, Deanna, and Ryan Martin. Face painting was also done just prior to the parade. Lots of boys and girls. So we've got So following, we've got the Sylvan Lake dancers. We've got 6 young ladies from the city of Sylvan Lake, all dancing at the Art of Dance. We've got Gabrielle, Rachel, Sarah, Nicole, Ellie, and Izzy. Again, all Sylvan Lake residents coming out for a fun day in the Memorial Day Parade. Coming behind them is the Wing Flyer Step Bicycle Riders. We got Sylvan Lake resident Stuart Bandelese and his family with the Wing Flyer Step Bicycle Riders. Stuart Bandelese is also a former mayor of Sylvan Lake. Sylvan Lake is a modest-sized community. We have a population of about 1,720 residents, 864 households, and the city land size is only about 1.5 square miles. We have 6 full-time city employees, 9 part-time, and 3 seasonal. Many people don't know that this city is run predominantly. All of our groups and clubs are all volunteer. So we've got the Garden Club, the Parks and Rec, the Home Tour, and all the different clubs and associations are all volunteer. It's amazing what we're able to get accomplished when everybody puts their hearts and minds to the same task. Coming up shortly, we've got the West Bloomfield Public Library walkers. We've got a Miata car owned by Sylvan Lake resident Lauren Marina. Lauren is also an honored veteran, having served in the U.S. Army in Berlin during the Cold War. And, coming up behind Lauren is the City Hall float pulled by Sylvan Lake police car, the police four-wheeler. It's driven by Reserve Officer Lou Schultz, riding with Chris Kudla. As I mentioned before, Sylvan Lake gets its police services from full-time reserve officers and part-time officers, providing 24-hour, 7-day-a-week coverage for our city. Coming up next is Jan Hayes. It's your neighborhood realtor. Jan's float is being driven by Jim Fields. Jan has been a resident of Sylvan Lake for more than 25 years. Jan also provided the U.S. flags that line the parade route from City Hall all the way down to Memorial Park. Thank you, Jan. Actually, that's the Parks and Recreation Committee float with members Sandy, Patrick, and Terry. So I'm a little out of order on that. So we got a brief pause in the action here. We'll just Sylvan Lake City history dates back to 1818 when an expedition led by the Reverend John Monteith rode into an area to see what lay between Detroit and the newly established post of Pontiac. In the early 1900s, a summer hotel was built in Sylvan Lake, attracting visitors and future residents. By 1921, the community had grown large enough to incorporate it as a village. In February 1947, the village became the city of Sylvan Lake, which is what we have today. Now we have Jan Hayes, your neighborhood realtor. Once again, the float is being driven by Jim Fields. Jan Hayes has been a resident of Sylvan Lake for more than 25 years. Jan also provided the U.S. flags that line the parade route from City Hall to Memorial Park. Thank you, Jan Hayes, for all the flags and your contribution to the city. Next float, we have Sylvan Lake resident Luke Cassar in a truck pulling a 1956 Criftscraft. This boat was originally purchased by Luke's father in 1956 and used on Sylvan Lake for 26 years before being sold. In 1988, Luke located and repurchased the boat and restored it. He presented it as a gift to his father on his 88th birthday. The boat is still in use today on Sylvan Lake as a pride and joy to the Cassar family. Riding in the boat are Alexis, Olivia, and Lauren Cassar, and Caitlin Chase, friends of Olivia. There are also some honored veterans, John Scholl of American Legion 341, a Vietnam vet, and Jerry Lovins, American Legion Post 341, also a Vietnam vet. Next, there's a float by J&J Towing. Lights flashing, red, white, and blue. It's probably the most patriotic towing truck I've ever seen. That was actually a blue Ford Mustang owned by Sylvan Lake resident Jerry Arrowood, driven by Sylvan Lake resident and honored veteran Jim Enders. And lastly, it's a Sylvan Lake police car driven by Daniel Wright, part-time officer, and Jacob Kahn, a reservist. We want to thank you for watching our Sylvan Lake Parade, and you can watch us again on the cable Civic Center TV channel. We'll see you again next year. Thank you.